Hi there! So, did you know that August is National Minority Mental Health Month? According to Mental Health America, people of color are more likely to experience mental health conditions than our white counterparts, but less likely to seek help or receive treatment. Cultural factors, including limited access to culturally competent mental health services, language barriers. It was always a little bumpy, but that made it fun. Theo would bounce along, pretending to be a fearless knight riding into battle. He had to do something. He couldn't just sit there while a wild animal got hurt because of him. He wondered what kind of animal it was and if it had made it home okay. One day, he decided to take action. One day, Theo was riding his bike down the familiar country road when he saw something that made him slam on his brakes. It was a small, intricately carved wooden box. Theo picked it up and opened it. Also, we've got lots of fun activities planned for the month of August. Be sure to check them out on our social media pages. Inside, he found a note written in elegant cursive. To the kind young man who helped my son cross the road, I am eternally grateful. My son is very adventurous, but can be quite reckless at times. We are new to the area and do not know many people yet. If you would like to meet us, please come to the house at the end of the road. We would love to thank you in person. Signed, Mrs. O'Malley. Theo smiled. He knew exactly whose son this was. The adventurous spirit of a young boy shining through. Carefully tucked away in the box was a small, hand-painted sign that read, "Turtle crossing ahead." In that moment, Theo knew he had made a friend for life. He carefully placed the sign in his bike basket and headed down the road, eager to meet the O'Malleys and hear about their adventures. He couldn't wait to tell them about the amazing turtle he had met and the importance of helping those in need. As the sun shone brightly overhead, Theo felt a sense of warmth and happiness knowing that he had made a difference in the world. One small act of kindness at a time. It was the same turtle from all those weeks ago. It was crossing the road again. Theo watched as the turtle slowly made its way to the other side, its beady eyes fixed on a spot far ahead. This time, Theo knew exactly what to do. He stopped his bike in the middle of the road and got off. Then he walked over to the turtle and crouched down in front of it. He spoke in a soft, soothing voice. "Hey there, little turtle. It's me. You don't remember me, do you? Well, I remember you. I helped you cross the road a few weeks ago. You were in some danger, but I saved you. And now you're doing it again. Don't you know it's dangerous here?" The turtle didn't seem to understand what Theo was saying, but that didn't stop him from trying. He continued to talk to the turtle in a soft voice, guiding it along. Slowly, the turtle reached the other side of the road and disappeared into the tall weeds. Theo let out a sigh of relief. He had done it again. He had saved the life of a wild animal, and it felt good. He wanted to make sure that other animals didn't end up in the same danger as the turtle had been. So he sat down at his kitchen table and got to work. He cut out a piece of cardboard, then carefully painted a bright green line down the center of it. On either side of the line, he wrote in big yellow letters, "Slow down." When he was finished, he tied a string around the cardboard and hung it from his bike basket. From that day on, Theo rode his bike around the neighborhood, keeping an eye out for any animals that might need help crossing the road. Whenever he saw one, he slowed down and guided them to safety, just like he had done with the turtle. Other kids in the neighborhood noticed what Theo was doing, and they started doing it too. Soon, there were dozens of kids on bikes, all looking out for each other and for any animals that might need help. The community was safer for everyone. With a determined look on his face, Theo took a deep breath and pushed himself up off the ground. He walked over to the road and positioned himself directly in front of the turtle, blocking its path. It was slow going, but eventually he managed to get close enough to gently nudge the turtle off the road and into the safety of the grass. The turtle didn't seem to mind being guided. It continued to stare straight ahead, taking slow, steady steps away from the road. After what felt like an eternity, the turtle finally made it off the road and disappeared into the tall weeds. Theo let out a sigh of relief. He watched the spot where the turtle had disappeared for a few moments, then turned around and headed home. He couldn't help but smile. He might not have gotten to go racing on his favorite road today, but he knew that whatever animal that turtle was, it was safe. That was all that mattered. As the road curved and twisted, Theo sped up, feeling the wind whip through his hair, making him feel free and alive, like a bird soaring through the sky. At the bottom of the hill was his favorite part. The road stretched out straight before him, smooth and empty. There wasn't a single pothole to jostle him around. It was perfect for racing. Once he started down that stretch, he never touched the brakes until he reached the end. It was his private racetrack, and mistrust of the mental health system due to past mistreatment all play a role in this disparity. Right in the middle of the road was a turtle. It was small, greenish-brown, with eyes like tiny glass beads. Theo stared at it. The turtle stared back at him. Then it moved. Slowly, very slowly, it lumbered across the pavement, seemingly oblivious to the danger whizzing past its head. Theo looked around. There were no cars coming, but that could change in a second. What should he do? He didn't want to scare the turtle, but he couldn't just leave it there. He knew not to touch wild animals unless absolutely necessary. But this turtle seemed completely unaware of the danger it was in. Its beady eyes were fixed on a spot far ahead. What if a car came around the bend? It wouldn't be able to move out of the way in time. This is why it is so important to have open conversations about mental health within our own communities, and to encourage those who need help to seek it out. If you'd like to learn more, head over to the website in the description below. And now let's get to the story. Every day after school, Theo loved to ride his bike down the long, winding country road that snaked around his neighborhood. One particularly sunny afternoon, Theo was picking up speed for his favorite part when suddenly he slammed on his brakes. Theo sat down on the grass beside the road. He watched the turtle inch closer and closer to the busy road. For a while, Theo thought about the turtle every time he rode his bike past that spot. Theo became known as the Animal Whisperer by the other kids. They all admired him for his kindness and bravery. As Theo turned to go back to his bike, he noticed something strange in the grass. And that's all for this week's story. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to share it with your friends and family.